Drivers paid lower prices for gasoline during the past couple of years because a global glut of oil outstripped demand for energy. The surplus grew in part from a surge in U.S. crude output driven by expanded shale oil operations called fracking. The U.S. Energy Information Agency's Hannah Brule says prices are headed upward as the oil surplus diminishes.
Global supply has far exceeded global consumption, so we've seen massive inventory builds, and we've seen lower prices as a result. But once the supply and consumption come back into alignment and the inventories level off and even start to be drawn down, that'll be a market signal to increase production.
For frackers, low prices hampered the investment that Brule says is needed to keep shale wells productive. She says rising prices will allow shale producers to resume drilling and other expensive operations and boost output. She says demand for oil is expected to rise over the long term. In the meantime, members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and some non-OPEC members like Russia have worked out a deal to limit production. Russia's energy minister is Alexander Novak.
Ahead
of OPEC taking its final decision, we're working out different options and mechanisms of OPEC and non-OPEC countries' participation in finding out joint agreements.
News of the deal boosted oil prices to around $50 a barrel. Oil previously fell from $100 to less than $30. The OPEC cartel is scheduled to meet in late November to work out details of their agreement to cut production, including the difficult negotiation on which nations will cut how much. Several OPEC nations, including war-torn Iraq, are asking for exemptions to quota cuts. Alternative energy producers are also busy. The International Energy Agency says there was a big increase in the number of solar energy installations in 2015, with 500,000 solar panels installed each day. Wind energy facilities also increased, with 2 wind turbines installed every hour during the year. The IEA says the cost of producing electricity from wind has fallen by 1/3 since 2010, while solar electricity costs dropped even more. The IEA called the changes transformational. Jim Randle, VOA News, Washington.